As we got into the writing process, we realized, you know, being our third record and everything, it was kind of time for us to do something a little bit different.
After the first few months that we started writing, we had a bunch of songs that were good. I don't think they were necessarily bad, they just weren't really different or special.
I sat down and sort of, again, tried to figure out what it was that we needed to do to get ourselves excited again about music.
We knew that we wanted to change, but we didn't know how.
It had to sound like Simple Plan, but to the next level.
I didn't really have the sort of confidence in what we were coming up with, and I didn't have the excitement.
When we sat down as a band at the end of the cycle of the second record and talked about evolving, changing, we didn't know exactly what we wanted to do to make that change, but we knew that something needed to happen.
It was important that it was fresh sounding for us.
After a lot of talk and a lot of just kind of looking into ourselves and saying, are we really ready? Do we have what we need? We realized that, you know what, maybe we need to take more time to write, and maybe we need to take more time to make a record that would seem more important, more different and more special sounding.
More everything, more Simple Plan, but at the same time more original and more fresh. So we weren't going to stop till we had that.
But we needed to find a way to maintain our identity while evolving.
And coming up with that idea or coming up with that direction was actually the hard part.
That evolution was not going to happen like in 2 or 3 months. It was something that needed time.
So we started writing, and some good songs came out, but they weren't, you know, they weren't at that point yet.
And it just kind of felt like good songs, but maybe a little flat.
So we kept writing and writing and writing and writing until eventually we realized that we had nothing.
While all this stuff was going on, we were getting a lot of pressure to, let's go in the studio, like let's put out this record.
It was stressful because everybody was kind of questioning what we were doing.
We didn't want to do a record super quick either, to not like it as much as we're going to like this one, you know?
We said, you know what, at a certain point we were like, F it. We got to do this the way it's going to be, and if it takes an extra month or 2 or 3, then we're just going to do it.
The sound of this record kind of came together when we didn't really know what to do or how to write or what kind of genre or what kind of directions we wanted to go into.
We eventually started to look for other avenues to try to change the sound a little bit.
We're kind of blocked here. Let's get people to help us and make this record better.
We kind of, you know, asked around about who we should work with.
Maybe we just need somebody to sort of show us like a different road, like a different door.
Started looking for producers and stuff that we could do, that we could work with and have different influence to come kind of spice up our Simple Plan sound.
And that's when the idea of working with Danger, Nate, came about.
And apparently this guy wanted to branch out in rock and roll as well, so it kind of went hand in hand, you know, like he wanted to work with a rock band, we wanted to work with somebody like him.
The first day we got there, it was a little awkward. We met up with him, and he's a kind of very shy guy, so it was kind of like we didn't really know how that was going to play out.
We got there, it was kind of weird. We didn't know what he was going to do. He just said, you know, well, I'll just do my thing, and you guys let me know when you like it, and we'll start working on that.
Really kind of came together really quick, and I think it was because he threw us in a different writing space.
This is our secret weapon.
The way that we were able to make it sound genuine and sound, you know, not so contrived was that we wrote it with him.
Just trying to combine our ideas and come up with the best chorus.
He came up with loops, production ideas that were very, very interesting. Those ideas kind of triggered new songs, triggered like a new direction.
He's got like a few little machines and this big machine up there.
Gets there, puts his headphones on, and like starts with the beat, writes a piece on it, and then what we would do is that we'd listen to everything he'd be doing, and then when we liked them, he'd be like, hey, dude, that's good, okay, let me grab my guitar. Start writing in that, and we'd kind of build a song that would start from what we'll call a groove.
We figured, let's just try it, and then if it sounds weird for us, then we'll pull it back, and if it sounds good, then we'll just keep going.
It was very interesting to blend in his kind of production ideas with the songs that were already there, and also taking his ideas and like going further and pushing it.
It's actually pretty cool to work like that. It's just like somebody gives you like 1,000 really good ideas, and you just like pick the right ones that go with the ones that you already had, you know, having started the recording of the song. So it kind of builds and builds on top to make it a really good song.
And we never really did that before, and everything sounded so fresh and exciting again.
It's not like we did like a 180, but we added a new flavor.
A flavor of the flavor.
It was still Simple Plan, but the next level Simple Plan.
I would say this is when the record started to take shape.
It's either going to be amazing and people are going to love it, or it's going to be a big joke.
After that collaboration with Danger, like a lot of things happened, and it just kind of poured out really quickly.
We're taking risks with this one, and I feel like it's going to be an important record for us, so
It really felt like we found the right balance.
I guess we'll see. We will see, my friends. When I'm Gone was all written around this one beat that Danger had done. It was like this little
Right away, you can hear Danger's touch.
and it's like just one little beat that felt so cool.
He gets like the coolest tones.
But there's a beat to it, but there's the band on top at the same time.
The whole song just came about from that one little groove.
The verse is a little smaller, and then it really soars in the choruses.
What does it say? Leave the
past in the past, gonna find the future.
leave the past in the past. I got you.
Cool line, right?
Yeah.
Leave the past in the past, gonna find the future. And misery loves company. Well, so long, you'll miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me when I'm
It was a lot of like excitement because that sound just sounded really great. Like it was an evolution, yet we kind of maintained the Simple Plan identity.
The record, when you hear it, is definitely really rock, and it's definitely still our style, and there's some songs that really don't have that influence.
A lot of it had to do with our desire to just maintain who we are and kind of just wanting to be Simple Plan. But it also had a bit to do with working with Dave Fortman.
Dave is a really, really cool guy, and I think that's how it really came about. We were just like looking for producers, and when we got around to talking to Dave, he just had such a cool vibe to him.
Hey man! Yeah!
Just like a really nice, fun guy. They were like, all right, like he's made some amazing records.
With Evanescence, with Mudvayne, kind of heavier records, and he's really into like hearing us as a rock band.
I don't know, he's just a really cool rock guy, like, you know, great guitar sounds, you know, really cool ideas. Like, he was in a band before.
As soon as I heard that he was from Ugly Kid Joe, I think that was it. You know, he had the record. Bam. Here, go, do whatever you want.
Oh, camera shot, okay.
He was one of the guys that really seemed to get it.
Was so enthusiastic about making this album and about the demos that we had. We just knew he was the right guy to move forward with.
Because he was the one guy who was like, man, this mesh of sound is amazing.
We knew he could achieve what we wanted, you know, the record to sound like.
He's a serious guy as far as work is, but in general, he's a kind of a goofball.
Dave is a funny guy.
How's your movie coming along?
That guy can keep a straight face and tell you a complete lie like nobody else I've ever met.
Dave Fortman's a crazy motherfucker, man. That's the only way I can describe it. Like, this guy is out of his mind.
Likes to have fun, likes to party.
Come here, I want to show you something.
Like he lights up a room, you know. He always talks about crazy things.
Party maniac that was like going out all the time and like really being more rock and roll than the whole band combined.
He's got a potty mouth, that guy.
You're always picking on me with this f***ing camera.
He's funny, he's from the South, he has this crazy accent.
First time seen anywhere on film. Oh, I'm ripped.
Beep, beep. Oh, dude.
You motherfucker. Just kidding. I didn't mean to call you a motherfucker.
I've heard things with him that I had never heard before. Let me tell you that.
The hand boning. That's what they do in Louisiana. They have a lot of time on their hands.
He's crazy, but in a good way.
He's crazy, but I love him. He's a great guy.
Even if we've been up till 4 in the morning the night before, he'll be focused. And I honestly think that he was, you know, he was one of the guys that got the best performance out of me, especially.
Awesome. 2 more.
It was one of the funnest times for me to track. When it was just me and him, you know, we would get pretty retarded, and it was funny. I think he's almost as funny as I am.
But as soon as we got into the studio, his desire was just to bring out everybody's, you know, ideas to the table and test them.
And I think he had a lot of confidence in our songs, so he didn't try to change everything just for the sake of changing.
But when it's time to change something, he stops you and makes you think about it.
It could be better. Just that one thing to extend whatever the lead focal point.
He really got the great performance out of everybody. The guitars sound great, the vocals sound great, the drums sound great. He just was able to nail everybody's parts.
We're 5 very strong personalities, and this guy kind of came in and made us work together in a very natural way.
And you really, really nailed it. Like, the record sounds gigantic, and we're really happy with it.
Nice.
The way that we approach it is that we don't put any boundaries. We can do whatever we want. Doesn't matter if we can't play it exactly the same live, we'll figure it out in the end.
We tried every sound that we wanted to hear.
I think you got to go in the studio and make the best record possible.
We kind of put all our ideas into a box,
The tissue box.
and then we picked one by chance, and that was what we went with now.
I think the whole recording process it went really smooth.
What I liked about this album is that people were really passionate.
Democracy kind of ruled. We just decided, you know, if most of us dig the idea, well, that's the one that's going to make it onto the record.
You're in? You're in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Subtle.
So it was really cool to have all the guys sort of come in and say, like, I like this, how about we do this like that?
Trying out all these little things made us grow as a band.
Using pianos, using strings, using keyboards, using guitars, and sitting there going like, what can we put here?
Lyrically, musically, part-wise.
I think we need a plexi tone.
Let's grab this guitar and plug it into this speaker and mic it through this mic and
Driven Vox tone.
How to play the part so that it sounds a certain way.
Change certain things here and there.
Textural guitar leads.
Gigantic orchestra.
Or a cool texture on like second verses.
Atmospheric rhythm.
People probably expect us that we're in a room playing all together, but we're not really doing that.
20 guitar parts.
All around a computer, and we're listening to the songs, and we're trying to sort of mimic real instruments. So do a drum like da 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 ba ba ba
Every detail matters. If you don't have that attitude, then the record won't be as good.
There's so many little things that are going through this record.
get it together, make it into a simple plan song.
We argue about everything.
I don't think it ever gets into arguments.
If you do it like this, it doesn't work.
That's how if you do it, that's how fast it is.
But in a friendly way.
At times it can be really frustrating.
Well, do whatever you want. You're the drummer.
Sometimes like a pick scrape or even like a chord becomes like the end of the world.
We're gonna put some delay on it, bitch.
It never was, wow, I hate this part, I like this one better, and now we ended up with the one that I hate.
People had strong opinions.
Like verse, chorus, verse, chorus,
It's like, this one's really good. I like this one, you know, like a little bit better.
bridge, chorus, chorus, chorus.
Have the balls to say, you know what, I like this, we should do it like that.
I think it's really way better, and I beg you to please take a lot of time to listen to it.
You get really microscopic about everything.
But as the years go by, I think that everybody trusts each other a little more.
It's just a very creative and fun part of the album.
The End is definitely a step forward for us.
The first one that we wrote with Nate,
Kind of a really like half and half song. It's got a beat verse and a punk rock chorus.
It was clearly more R&B than rock.
It's got that club feel to it.
techno, dancey kind of intro.
They always say, that doesn't even sound like you.
But it needed to get the band element more.
The verses are very different for us. You know, it's got a low voice and a falsetto voice on top.
I think it's cool to be able to use your voice and morph it into different things.
That was one of the songs that we kind of worked on the most. I remember just like tweaking the intro for like 2 days.
But then you get to the chorus and it's a slap in the face, 100% simple plan.
Fast paced and intense.
It was a long process, so that one was very, very tricky.
You get to the bridge and you have the coolest,
Grandiose kind of strings bridge.
Which we got to work with David Campbell, another, I forgot to mention him earlier, David Campbell scored a lot of the movies that we all have seen and heard the beautiful music to. There was a 15-piece orchestra, we did that at NRG in LA, and for those who don't know, David Campbell happens to be Beck's father. He looks exactly like him. Well, I guess Beck looks like his father.
We wanted to write a record that was more like a reflection of who we were and the stuff that was going on in our lives.
We always want to make a record that feels important to us, that we talk about stuff that we care about, the stuff that, you know, if I heard, I would feel like it would mean something to me.
One of the songs that stands out for me as well is Save You.
It's about my brother who's now 30 years old, just went through lymphoma cancer, went like 2 years of battle, went through many chemo sessions and even a bone marrow transplant, which was probably the worst thing you could ever imagine. And that song is about how I dealt with that sickness of his and how I had to see him get so close to dying and feeling like I'm helpless out here, I can't do anything about it, but somehow I wish I could save you. If I could do anything to make it better, I would.
I just feel it's one of the most emotional and personal songs on the album.
I played it to him once the demo was done and he really liked it, and now he's good and he's in remission, so I guess the song worked.
Yeah, it's true. I am coming back as Funky C, that's right. I have a lead vocal, well, not really lead vocal, but a vocal part on a Simple Plan record for the first time in history.
It doesn't have any notes to the part, so there's no really singing involved, but it is a vocal part.
Today's the day. I'm gonna do my first ever vocal part. This is what I gotta sing.
Chuck is not a very good singer, but this is like a spoken word part.
Slash hip hop.
I would call it rhyming, maybe talking. I'm not really sure.
Just puke. I'm so fucking nervous. MC Como. MC Como. Funky C.
Yeah, it's more like of a rhyming, I would say that rhyming, yeah, he's rhyming.
And so that's why it turned out great. If he had to sing on that song, it would have been a different story.
Felt good to do it, so I just went in and killed it, man.
We're gonna have a problem. Chuck's gonna be walking around saying he did back vocals on this record now.
Right. Funky C. Yeah. T.I. couldn't do it that well. I mean, he couldn't even go close to that.
I don't know, I'm still not sure about it.
I think it was cool to have a different voice there, and it really makes him feel good about it, so I want to give him that.
And now that he's done it, you know, we'll never do it again.
I think Pierre would win in the fight between Chuck and Pierre.
Chuck worked out for the last year and a half, like non-stop, 4 days a week, 5 days a week. Yet, I would still put my money on Pierre if I'd see the two of them fight.
Ah, Pierre. Come on, there's no way anybody actually said Chuck to that.
I always win, and I always will. I don't care how many weights he lifts. Still gonna beat him.
He has a good technique.
Arm wrestle match, I definitely think Pierre would win if that was ever to happen.
One more time.
Another time?
Yeah.
Dude, he's gonna kick your ass again.
One day I'll get him.
Being back here again in Montreal, I think it was fun because we had that comfort zone where we were comfortable doing, you know, being creative and recording. But what you got to keep, you know, find a way to keep it interesting.
We did a couple barbecues outside just for lunch for fun.
Played a lot of Wii. It was mostly video games that summer.
We played Guitar Hero. That was amazing. Dude, so cool. Golf, Wii tournaments, tennis tournaments, and that was a lot of fun.
The album's gonna be delayed. We just discovered Wii.
Hey, 100 to 34. I'm kicking Chuck's ass.
I was playing the real thing while they were playing the Wii.
David played a lot of golf. We heard all about that, the golfing.
I'm a whole new man. I started golfing this summer and I spent all my money. I'm broke. I borrowed this jacket.
David, pro golfer. Honestly, I never could imagine golfing, but he seems to really love it.
We also went bowling.
Bowling's always fun. I mean, you know, I've been winning every time we go bowling. I think Pierre is actually pretty good. Fortman, the producer, he beat me the first game and then I beat him on the second game.
Let the games begin. We're bowling tonight. I love bowling. It's like male bonding. It's fun, you know?
Jeff's gonna suck, Jeff's gonna suck.
Game is dumb. I hate this game. Final score, 94. Horrible. If we were playing at Wii, I would kick ass.
I heard the other guys went bowling. I didn't go myself.
If a band member misses band activity, it's like in its initiation day, like in frat parties and all that, we're gonna kick his ass and throw eggs at him and like beat him up. It's gonna be fun. That's gonna be the next band activity. Chuck? Kick Chuck's ass because he's not here tonight. It's gonna be the next band activity.
I skipped that and I got a lot of shit for it, but you know, had other stuff happening that night. Anyways.
My personal favorite was the go-karting.
We're going now. We're going to do a little racing.
Here we are at karting.
24-hour go-karting.
Obviously, we're not gonna be here for 24 hours. It's actually pretty serious.
Hi again. It's me, with Pierre this time. I feel confident. I think I'm gonna win. My brother's gonna win. My brother's a maniac.
Let's do it!
This is not gonna protect me very well. This is the helmet? I don't feel very safe in this.
They're all sweaty.
I'm like a walking condom. I'm ready. Ready to go. Pole position.
We got a pretty good race here. We got Pierre ahead, I think, of David.
I don't actually have a driver license. I don't think I'm allowed to do this.
Yeah, baby! I am so gonna kick their asses. Come on!
Oh man, that was a good one. Good last one, but I didn't beat Bouvier.
I'm pretty much the best I've ever seen. Actually, I think I'm the best of the band.
This beats Wii and Xbox.
We gotta go get some medals.
Yeah, let's get some medals.
You ready?
A little bit of shake and bake.
The winner is Dave!
I know you got a medal, I didn't get a medal, but
I think you deserve a medal.
ah, thanks, man.
We can barely breathe. There's a lot of CO2.
Yeah, so we should go back to the studio.
We should go back to the studio.
My brother won the race. He was the fastest guy on the track.
I wasn't the best one, but I was better than I thought I would be. I wasn't last anyways, but I had Chuck, you know, who doesn't even have a driver's license, so it's kind of easy to not be last.
You look so beautiful today.
I feel we've come such a long way. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you listen to the first record and then the second record, the evolution was really good. But then we took it further. So I think I think it's our best record yet. I know everyone says the same thing. Oh, it's our best record yet. But you know what? I think this one is the best record yet.
It was very interesting to come in and just be able to talk and openly and just being, you know, friends making a record.
We really went in blind, and we just went in with a very open mind and said, like, you know what, let's just have fun and see what happens. And I think I'm really stoked how it came out.
The whole record, I think, is just like such a step forward for us. I think it's going to bring us to places that we've never imagined were possible.
I think we stay true to who we are, and it works out. So.
As far as relationship goes, I think we're in a better place right now than when we started the band because we've been together for so long. There's a lot of respect going on in this band right now, which is very nice.
This is the guitar I learned to play guitar. It's been in my family for years.
Oh! Jeff said we should try this. I think it sounds like shit.
I gotta tell you that I'm a little hungover today. Again, I suck. You have no idea how bad.
Dude.
Funky C, whatever you want to call me, always grabbing double D's.
There's nothing else that I can do, and I just can't take it. Another day without you with me is like a blade that cuts right through me.
That's it.
Thank you.
Hey, take care, y'all.